Okay. Good morning. Let's try this again. I don't know what's going on. My Stream Deck decided to stop working, and then I had to manually switch over, and then of course the mic wasn't working. I don't know. It's what, Saturday morning. It is just stuff not working. Whatever I said was brilliant. Yes, it was the most brilliant thing I probably have ever said, and nobody ever heard it. Yeah, I don't know. Right before, like, during the whole countdown thing, sort of, the Stream Deck decided to stop connecting, and then I had to manually switch over. But the Stream Deck handles all the audio sources, so like I had to, when I manually switched into just chatting, it didn't turn the mic on. Right. So what we're gonna do is, now that we're in here, I'm gonna close the Stream Deck software, and then we're gonna reopen it. But in the meantime, how's everybody doing? Did you have a good week? What's going on? Let me find the Stream Deck software. There we go. Okay, it might be working now. I guess we'll find out. But what have I been doing this week? Well, I didn't play any games. I spent time working on this game instead of playing a game. But yeah, that was kind of it. You're fighting a cold? I think I am too. Yesterday, I had the windows open, and all of a sudden, there was a dust storm, like a sandstorm. Ugh. It started, like, the pressure on my head started going. I felt like there was like sinus stuff. I got real stuffy from it almost immediately, and I was like, crap. But got all the windows and stuff closed up, but like the weather was like they weren't calling for anything. There was no rain or supposed to be any of that stuff, but there was all kinds of stuff yesterday. Right, Sophie? I know you didn't like it either. All right. However, out of game stuff, couple things. No, not true. I did play a game. I played a game. I played Graveyard Keeper. Just a tiny bit. It's actually a fun game. It's free right now because Graveyard Keeper 2 is coming out. And it's a lot. It's fun, right? Now let's get some music going. But here, like I said, it's a free game. So you can just come here, down it, and download it and play it. But I mean, it's kind of fun, right? I like the NPC, like the way they talk with each other is pretty cool. I didn't get real far into it. I probably only have an hour, maybe, in it. But it's a fun little game. And like I said, Graveyard Keeper 2 here is expected to come out, right? So it adds a whole new element to it, and I'm looking forward to it, actually. It looks like it'll be a pretty fun game. So I do want to play through the first one more just to kind of get to where it is. Now, outside of that, if you play Soul Mask, right, the Egypt DLC, all that stuff is out now, and it's a pretty big update. Now, outside of Soul Mask, what I am actually pretty excited about is a game called Winrose. If you like being a pirate, that's the key point. If you like being a pirate, this is the game for you. Now, I played the demo of it, which is still available, and I know Jeepin streamed it, but it was a lot of fun. I thought the combat was smooth. You were able to be on the ship just like this. You're able to run around the islands. Handling all that stuff was really pretty smooth. So I'm looking forward to it. It officially comes out in like 3 days, I think, on the 14th. So I'm definitely looking into getting that. But that was kind of it. Crimson Desert has an update. So if you play Crimson Desert, there's a new one that just came out last night. New update. So you want to make sure you update that before you play that. I don't know. There's just so much going on. All right. Let's see what else. I spent some time reviewing like turn-based attack stuff. So I could work on some stuff, right? Trying to figure out how those systems worked. I think I have an okay idea. I'm kind of taking 2 elements out of this. So out of Chained Echoes. And I'll show you the things that we've added, right? And then, of course, I got the whiteboard up. We got Hi Chat over there. But then over here, I was putting in some of the stuff that we talked about last weekend, I think it was. And we're going to branch out the combat and talk about some of the stuff that I've started and things that we need to try to get done. outside of that, there was something else I wanted to talk about on the games, but I don't remember. So what about you two, Kelvar and David? Do you have any game news this morning? I'm drawing a blank. I can't really think of anything. Yeah, let me look back here. I don't really think I do. I think that was kind of my talk. Although I did see, I think Nintendo is starting to lose ground with its lawsuit stuff. The I'm trying to get my memory of this right, but their patents that they filed last year for the way you can summon and do that kind of stuff with different creatures has been rejected, right? Yeah, I was correct. Nintendo patents were rejected or revoked, I should say. The April decision, which is not quite final yet, found the patent too obvious based on prior art, that kind of stuff. So it's all being revoked. The U.S. Patent Office is doing it, right? Which really makes the lawsuit and all that stuff kind of lose ground. So, all right. Outside of that, since I can't remember what it, that's always so bright. What it was that I was going to talk about. We'll drop over and kind of go over some other stuff, right? All right, Steam Deck work. Kelvar, been a chill week for you. Excellent. Not much of anything got done. Glorious. Excellent. Yeah, I didn't do a whole lot this week. Jeepin was away, and yeah, I need. That keeps reminding me. I need to get that stuff in here. Welcome in, by the way. Jeepin was away for work this week, and so I didn't do a whole lot. I mainly kind of worked on this stuff, watch TV, that kind of stuff, right? So, things that I've done, right? If we come here and go back to the chain echoes. Okay, so this screen is kind of what I've done. With combat, I've added in sort of a focus bar. I added in a slide menu for the actions that you're able to do. So there's no more buttons that were there, right? So if we remember what it looked like before, we'll pull it up here. All right, so this is it before, right? You have 4 buttons right here to perform your actions. And that is kind of it. So, what we took that for is this. As soon as OBS sees it. Come on. OBS, there we are. All right. So, Buzzy, hi. You made maybe some bling soup. It's really tasty. Blinding soup. Blinding soup. Excellent. All right. So, we come in. We go to here. This is now how the attack stuff looks. Right? I moved those buttons that were down here into a panel. And we discussed it, right? So mostly I talked to Brent, brother, a little bit about this, and thought it would be a good idea to do maybe like some action points or something else, right? So here's the focus bar that I added. And as you attack, the bar goes up. The idea is you want to be able to stay here, right? In the green zone. So one attack or a light attack takes away one action point and you get 3, right? So if you could do it, go through there. I got some weird stuff going on here, but you know, hey. So now we'll do it again. So once you click it, you are able to select your enemy. Right now it's just the one enemy, so it's automatically picked. But once you select it, then you hit E, and the attack goes forward. I have a little bug in the system, but we'll end turn. Now it says enemy turn, and then it's the enemy attack, right? So we're at 3, we hit 2, attack. And now you can see the slide bar is in the green. The being in the green zone will give you some sort of benefit for it, right? So it has to give you a reason to stay there. All right. It's coming along. I think I want to add in an issue with the battle player and the battle player targeting. So we're going to just adjust some stuff here. I want to see if this is it battle menu. Yeah, battle menu. Oh, right here. If not collapsed. Also, this head cold or whatever it is that I picked, allergy thing that I picked up from yesterday's sandstorm, it's really kind of making me groggy. If instance exists, battle player and object battle player targeting. So is targeting, then we'll just exit. -1, +1, so those are correct. All right. In comparison to the previous way the attack system worked, I think this is coming. It's in the right direction for it. Right? So come in, select. Then we hit E to attack. All right, so that did fix this. So the targeting system is no longer running it twice to take away the second one when you hit E. Okay. So now we got 2 points left. Let's do... well... apparently, it doesn't want to do anything. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna put this right. Oops, I'm gonna put that right there. So. Was that not right, putting that in there? The light attack worked, but now clicking does not work. Right? So so I'm what? I can't pick another action. All right, let's close that. If we take this back, we're gonna rerun it because I think it's the exit. It's causing me problems. So when I keep looking at chat, Cube Emitter, if you're still there, I see you have the NASA thing. Like I have that too, like the little badge. Did you get a chance to see the splashdown yesterday? And there was another emote, and I thought it was something moon, but I guess I didn't get it. So NASA moon, I guess not. But I like this little sparkle one. The splashdown was pretty cool. It took like an hour or so from the time they splashed down to the time they got onto the ship. It was pretty cool. It was nice. It was neat to see. All right. So attack. Attack. Can't do any more, so we're going to end turn. We'll worry about the double enemy attack later. Let's do 2. All right, so we used up 2 action points. We have 1 left. We'll do 1 more. That roughly works. Roughly. So now we have to hit end turn, and then it switches. All right. It's not terrible. Right? It's still causing a little bit of a issue. All right, so it shows light attack. Oh. Now it did something funky. So we'll end turn. This is that targeting thing. So targeting is messed up a little bit. All right, so now we're in the red. We need to use defend to bring us back down. We'll do it again. All right, I still have 1 point, so we'll do one more attack. All right, that was pretty close. I think that here, right? So if not collapse, right? Okay, fine. But if instance exists, object battle player, I think we're going to change this to an or. Oops. Or. And object battle player is targeting does not exist. We're not going to make it an exiting anymore because I think exit is killing the entire step. Right? So I think we'll adjust that. But what I think we need to do is essentially wrap the whole thing again. So instead of this, right, because that exit, like I said, I think it was killing the step, preventing a mouse hover. But what we're going to do is make an if statement. Do that. All right, so now we wrapped this section with a if instance exists, or okay, no, we want it to be not exist. If does not exist. And it wraps the keyboard checks, leaving the mouse hover to work okay. All right, well, let's run it. All right. Well, we'll try it one more time to see what it's like. Then we'll go into, I think, a discussion. Let's talk about the things that are being added with it, right? All right, we're in here. We're going to choose this. So took away 1 point, attacked once, came back. We have 2 points left. We'll do that. And then we'll have to hit end turn. Eventually, like, I want to make it so that this, when you hit 0 on here, it will auto switch you into enemy turn. But for now, we're just going to hit end turn. And that needs a little delay. I do have it set so that we can use an item and inventory, right? So if I open inventory, it's going to take 2 action points away from you. Now, I think I will have another one of these boxes down here, and that is going to be your quick use item, right? It's basically something hanging on your belt, piece of food, whatever. Potion, right? That will be on your belt. So that will only use up 1 action point. Now, I have a choice. If I slide an item into a quick slot, that will be 1 action point. Or if I choose to eat it, right, that should take away 1 action point. I have buttons overlapping, so hitting escape opened up that too, but I think that's what we're gonna make it, right? We'll do 1 more attack and we're out, so we'll have to hit 0, like end turn, enemy turn. It's doing 2 little attacks. We're in the red now, so now we have to consciously think about that. And we're in the green. We're going to do a heavy attack. All right. I think it's getting smoother. But, let's close the game. No, wait. I got an idea. We're going to make a screenshot. Let's come here. Okay. Then let's come here, go to the whiteboard. That is always blinding. Like, man. Where is... I don't know when my Windows started doing it, but when I do a screenshot, it now goes into a screenshot folder. I don't really know. All right, this is kind of where we are, right? We can move that over and put it right here. So things that I think are going okay. Well, I mean, I think having the flow bar, right? So battle focus. Right? But then we're going to say underneath battle focus, we're going to say we have yellow, green, and red. Oops. So let's just do yellow, green, red. And then we'll need to figure out, like, well, okay, what's it gonna do when you're in yellow? What's it gonna do when you're in green? Right? But we have also added action points. That needs to be green. right? So you get 3 action points. We have a light attack, 1 AP. We have heavy attack is 2 AP. We have defend. It's 2 action points, right? And then we have use item, 1 AP. Inventory is 2 action points. Under there, we'll have use/move item, 1 action point. All right, so now, oops. So here, elbow. We'll do that, right? And we'll do it again. And we'll do it again. Nope, that does not need to be there. All right. Then we'll go from here to there. And we'll go there. And let's connect that. All right, so, oops. We are see, why won't you come here? We're going to do this. There we go. We'll do that. I don't even think. I think that should be there, right? So let's grab this. Go like that. I think that's making some good sense to it. And that, and we'll do another one from here. There we go. All right, that's kind of what we got. And let's see what somebody else is hanging. Oh, we got a dollar sign up there. Is it a glass? And if it's a glass, is it half full or half empty? All right. Yeah. So, this is kind of the stuff that has been added, right? So we've added our battle focus. We've added our action points. But we added this panel. Sliding panel. I should call it the sliding action panel. So I think when you are in here, right? So when we're in this battle area, the inventory button won't be here anymore. I'm going to put it here. Right, so the little bag is going to show up here. For all those or anyone that's hanging out, what do we think of the combat update so far? Right, because last week we talked about things that we wanted to work as our suggested rank. So we said combat update is going to be one of the first things, right? With that, this is kind of how I broke it. Broke it apart, I should say. Not actually broke it. It's still working okay. And I lost the... There it is. Alright, so... This sliding bar... Cute Minter, there you are. Hi. I don't know if you heard me earlier. Did you get to see the splashdown of what are they calling it? It's the Integrity Capsule Orion, named by the astronauts. Did you get to see the splashdown yesterday? And seeing your NASA badge made me think of it. You watched? Yeah, you have the NASA badge. Were they doing the NASA badge yesterday, or was that just for when it was going around the moon? I didn't realize they were doing it yesterday too. But yeah. Oh, you don't know? Okay. I thought it was cool, right? So the splashdown worked well. It took them about an hour to get everything turned off, shut down the way it needs to, for the ships to arrive, to gather the astronauts out of the capsule, to get them to the ship. Yeah, the splashdowns are all going to be kind of the same. It's still neat, right? So, if you didn't see, Artemis to splashdown. This is, I don't know, is it this one? We'll just open this one. And we got ads. We don't want ads on top of ads. That's loud. All right, we have
your ancestors' lives are just a search away.
So many ads. Come on.
To track Orion as it returns.
Let me find a better photo or where it lands, right? This is kind of... YouTube You drive me nuts.
I hate my internet.
Uh,
Does your internet ever...
this is it, right? So, the Artemis mission is now over. The Orion Integrity capsule has come to landed or splashed down, right? And it was all cool, right? Yes, and the splashdown is the same thing that happens when astronauts are returning from ISS. It's just a capsule. It just enters the atmosphere. They slow it down by a trajectory and then parachute it the rest of the way, right? But this was it.
Let's see the splashdown.
Yeah, and there we are. It was neat. I still like seeing it. Right? I still like to see it. Yeah, I did the same thing. I got that NASA badge, and then I got the little astronaut emote. The little NASA sparkle. And I thought they had a moon one, but apparently it was only on their channel. And I don't see it. Fish, good morning. How are you doing? No USS Enterprise, but okay, true. How have you been, Fish? I'm doing well. We're currently on a new project because I'm always constantly rotating projects, right? And we're taking the RPG game, which is this one. That's version 1. But now we're taking it and making version 2. Yeah, Project ADHD, it is. I've been doing like 3-month projects, mostly to help with learning and making sort of demos to see what I like. And the previous one we finished was the top-down shooter one, and that's pretty good. But this was the version 1 of the RPG game, which you can play right there in the browser. But now we're taking it to the next level, and we're making version 2. And we're going to spend 6 months on it instead of 3. So over this last week, I've adjusted some of the combat stuff, because last week we talked about the ranking of what we think is important. So combat update is one of those things, right? And this is kind of the new stuff. So this is a sliding panel that comes out with your actions on it. We now have a battle focus on here, and we get 3 action points to use up. But yeah. Anyways, Fish, how have you been working on any projects? What? Hi, Sophie. You have it. Your 9 to 5 is keeping you way too busy. True. I work 4 days a week, right? So I do 4 10s. But I start at 7, but I'm waking up at 5. I spend a little bit of dev time in the first thing in the morning, and then a little bit in the evening. And then, of course, I'm off Saturday, Sunday, Monday, so this is when I stream first thing in the morning for a couple hours, and then try to fit some game dev in around it on the weekend. Right? You're pretty much like 7 days a week. True. That was tough, especially like multiple. I don't know if you're doing multiple jobs, right? But like, I at one point, I remember having like 3 jobs at one point to do what you need to get done, right? Do the needful. So if you need 3 jobs, you work 3 jobs. It burns you out. So I totally get not working on extra stuff like hobby stuff, right? But a couple new things. Finished the local game dev group is kind of broken apart. There is a new Discord for it, for where everyone's kind of transitioned over to. If you want added to that, let me know. I can send it to you if you're not already in it. And it was mostly because the previous one was tied to a nonprofit and they wanted to break apart from that. It's kind of busy, right? They talk and they do all kinds of stuff in the new one. And the old one was mostly, like I said, to break away from the nonprofit part. So, but yeah, I can send you an invite to it. They are meeting up. They do more. They want to do more social stuff. They want to do meetups still at the New Game Plus. Yeah, I'll send you the invite and you can check it out. All right. This is a turn-based attacking system. Currently, my thought process is, for each turn, you get 3 action points, right? Kind of like tabletop gaming, right? So if you're playing D&D, you get like 3 moves per thing, right? But we made it 3 points. So a heavy attack will take away 2 of your action points. A light attack will take away 1. Defend won't take away 2 action points. Using an item from the quick slot is only 1. But opening your inventory is 2. So, because you got to take the bag off your back, right? So, take the bag off your back, it's going to be 2 points because then you got to still open it. And so you can open your bag, and if you need to move an item from the bag slots into the quick slot, that will be 1 AP. So that will take all 3 of yours for 1 turn. If you open the inventory and you want to eat an item straight from the bag slot, that will be also 1 more action point. Just 2 action points to open your inventory. And this panel slides in and out. So when it's your turn, it's there. When it's not, it vanishes, like it disappears over here. Now on top of that, I have a battle focus area, right? And this battle focus will be yellow, green, and red. The idea is you want to stay in the green to get the most beneficial actions out, right? So that's kind of what we want to stay on, right? And overall, I think it's a pretty good thing. So Zombicide, I've never played that. I kind of based this, like the sliding of this and the battle focus, on a game called Chained Echoes, right? And this is it here. Here's your battle focus. And here you can see like this stuff slides over. Right here, right? So it's and it slides up from the bottom. So you have things that slide in to be able to do. Now, one of the things I am going to be adding to the game is a companion. Oh man, it's fantastic. It's a tabletop co-op zombie survival game. Nice. It uses action point systems as well. Oh, okay. That's awesome. All right. I thought it would be cool to do it, right? Because that way it just limits you. Now, it makes it so you don't have to do just one thing every time. You have to kind of be strategic on how you want your turn to be. When it is your turn to attack, a little yellow arrow shows up over top of the enemy. Why? Because we're going to be able to have multiple enemies this time, and you can choose which one your attack is going to. Also, there's going to be companions now, maybe one or two, right? It won't be a whole lot, but you'll have the ability to have a companion. That companion will be here with you, and you'll either be able to have your companion put onto auto attack, or do select the attack stuff off of your companion to complement whatever it is you're choosing to do. Right? So, let me drop into here. I'm going to show the game. And I see the ad notification. So in about a minute, ads are going to go off. I'm going to take a be right back. I need some coffee. Arwen, the Quaker Bear, who is now behind me a little bit, wants to be uncovered too. All right. So you can see it slid in. Looks pretty good, right? So we're going to do like a light attack. And here's that arrow I was talking about. So once you select, then you can hit E and the attack commences. And you can see the battle focus is now rising. So we have 2 points left. We're going to do a heavy attack. And I will make it so that it when you hit 0, your turn's over. It will automatically go to the enemy or the next person in line, right? But for now, we just hit end turn. The rats got 2 little attacks out. We're in the green. This is where the benefits will come in. But, you know, I don't have that yet. So we'll do heavy attack. Hit E. Perfect. And I think, future thinking, when you come out of a combat scenario, this is where your items will be. But there is the ad break. Like I said, I'm going to take a beer right back. I need some coffee, uncover Arwen, and quick bio break. So let me find that coffee thing here.
Yeah,
And I will see
another
everybody
coffee
in a
break.
few moments. So hang tight. Right. Ads are over and I'm back. Brewer, good morning. I just got my coffee back. All right. Good morning. I hope your week and weekend are going okay so far. But we're kind of been talking about combat on this one so far. So let me run this. Was a lazy week? Nice. I didn't do a whole lot this past weekend or week, right? Jeepin was away on business, and so didn't really do a whole lot of anything. Oops. All right. When you come in and you go find combat, right? This is now the new combat scenario. Let me fix it on the screen here. Doesn't really. There, that might be all right. So I don't know if you remember how it was previously. Okay. So now, instead of the 4 buttons just being solid buttons right here, we have a panel of options that slides in. That panel has those actions, and those actions have points to make you try to be strategic about what you're doing in your turn. So you get 3 action points per turn, right? So you can do a light attack and a heavy attack, a light attack and a defend. You can use an item that is on your quick bar, right? It takes 2 action points to open your backpack. Why? Because you got to get it off your back. You got to open the bag. 2 action points. But using an item, stacking if you end early. No stacking. So if you choose, like, okay, let's say I want to do 1 action point, right? We're going to do a light attack. And it goes here. You choose your enemy. Right now, there's only 1, so it's highlighted. And then you hit E to activate. If I'm like, I'm done, end my turn, it just goes straight into the enemy turn, does not stack, because now when you start your next turn, you're back to 3. For those that play turn-based strategy, like turn-based things, do you feel stacking would be worthwhile? I kind of feel like you have to, like, if you keep stacking, this guy, I don't know, right? My thought is this. Okay, so you want action points, right? If I choose not to and I end early, that's my choice to end early. It does not stack for the next turn. But maybe you can make it so that you can stack once, right? So at most, maybe we have a maximum, right? So maybe action points is 3, but you can have it up to 6. Right? So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to skip my turn this time and we end turn, and now all 3 action points will go there, and I'll have 6 action points to do this turn. How's that? What do you think? Xenogears. All right, we're gonna add Xenogears here. Xenogears. Okay. True, there is going to be a talent system, right? On here, oh, what? who's putting a whole bunch of images? Those are funny. Yeah. Anyways, on the whiteboard, we talked about how there's going to be skill tree, player skill tree, right? And I'm going to use Brent's skill tree engine for it, right? So there will be, and maybe, yeah, maybe a skill or the ability to use gives you a new one. Like, it gives you more action points. And that could be a good one. But I can also see the advantage to having it roll over. But I think you got to put a cap to it, right? So I think you only get a total of 6. So even if you increase your action points to 4 by 1 more on a skill tree or something, you can only roll over then 2 more points. Yeah. Right? And like I said, if you open your inventory, that's 2. If you use an item from your quick slot, that's 1. If you defend, now defending. So let's say we do this. This will attack a couple times, and my red bar will go into, or my bar will go into the red, right? So now I'm like, oh, I need to defend to start knocking this back down. Do it once, right? But now I'm in the green, and my attacks or whatever will have some sort of bonus to it. Yeah. Also have special equipment that might increase that as well. True. So you can make it just so that you have 6, but then having different equipment or whatever can increase that. Or you can make it so that you will, at most you can have a 6. You get a skill, and that can also increase that from 6 to 7, maybe. How does battle focus impact the overall battle? Well, my thought idea is when you are in yellow, it's giving you kind of like a partial bonus, right? But you want to be in the green, which is the optimal focus for the fight. And maybe it will benefit when you have your companion here to help you. So if your companion's there and you're in the green, maybe it gives you both coordination bonus or something, right? Because you're prime focused on the battle. And the focus, I kind of took from here, chained echoes, right? So you have a focus bar over here. And when you were in yellow, it was only partial, but when you're in the green, it's doing the most, right? And that might be you have higher chance for critical, you have a higher chance for other effects, but if you hit red, you decrease that because now you're no longer focused on the game. Well, focused on the battle, I should say. So I thought it would be neat to try to add. It's there for now. But we have to plan it out and make it so that we understand it better. Because right now it's just a concept. Right? What exactly each one does, I don't really know yet. So it's just a concept. Yeah. This version 2 is going to have also multiple enemies. I think it'll be up to 3. Right? You can fight them, so you'll be able to select your enemy when they show up. That's why it's got a little yellow arrow above it. And I think when your companion is there, you're going to be able to select your companion, and either when it's your companion's turn, you can either say auto attack and the companion will automatically do its own thing, or you can choose its actions, right? So that way you can purposely try to complement what you do with what it has, and maybe the ability to heal you can also come from your companion. Right? Fish, well, back to work. Have fun with the dev. Take care, gents. I appreciate you stopping in, and I will DM you that link to the new local game dev group. Appreciate it. You're welcome. And Brewer, yeah, lots of options, right? Combat is really, right now, is where we talked about last week, that it's the top priority, right? The top rank of what we need to work on. Combat, then the skill tree, then we have biomes, developing a story, quests, that kind of stuff. But combat is really where we are. Trying to make it a little more fluid, a little more interesting, and fun, because that needs to be your main, that's one of your game loops, right? Is your combat system. Overall, I kind of like it, right? So, okay, let's say we open inventory. We take away 2 action points. Inventory is not really connected very well here yet. But you open your bag. You can use an item directly from your bag, and that will be 1 action point. Or click and drag it. I'm going to have a slot here, and that will be your quick slot. So you can click and drag it, and putting it into your quick slot is going to be 1 action point, right? So it's basically open inventory for 2, click and drag to here or use, and that'll be 1. So that'll be all 3 of your points. And then you won't be able to do anything else, and you have to be okay. But now you are prepped for the next turn, right? And yeah. Are you thinking of using skills? Yes, I am. There will be passive skills, and then I think an action skill, right? I just don't know what yet. So they require more AP, true, but they could be a sink for AP, but do more damage or healing or whatnot. Yes, I think that would be good. That seems expensive to you to have one turn be just grabbing an item. Well, it's one turn to grab an item if it's not already on your quick bar. If it's on your quick bar, which is basically like a utility belt, and it's just hanging on your belt, it's one item to grab it off of there, or one action point to grab it from your belt. But my thought is this: realistically, you have to stop, take your backpack off, open it up, right, to get to the item inside it. That's why I'm like, well, if you're going to go into your inventory, it's 2 action points, right? So it's basically one action point is pulling it off your back. One action point is to open it up. Then one action point to either use an item out of it or move it to your quick bar. But if you already have an item on your quick bar, it's only going to need to be one action point because it's right there. That is kind of how I've thought about it. In the past, when I've done LARPs or other role-playing stuff or medieval, it kind of always falls to that, because one action point is pulling the thing off your back, one is taking the time to open it, and then 2, use an item or move an item. To include having quick grab slots on the side of the backpack that takes 1 point to move it to the quick bar and 1 point to use it. Yeah, so like if I open this, right? Okay, well that is now, bag is off your back, it's open. But we have quick slots, right? So we'll have 1 here or here, wherever, right? But 1. So if you don't already have something like a stack of these in your quick slot, yeah, it's going to take you a couple points to get to it, right? Because that's time consuming. Attacks, your weapons are usually always on you, so there is no extra thing for it, right? Although maybe if you have a sword versus like a bow or something else, maybe that a switch of an weapon will be 1 action point. I don't know, something like that, right? There's a lot you can do with it, to include, quick grab slot on the side of the backpack that takes 1 point to move it to the quick bar and 1 point to use it. Yeah. I guess what we'll do is the points for opening your backpack are going to will probably stay at 2 for right now, and get some gameplay testing with it and see, because maybe it would be 1 to open this, 1 to move or use an item, that kind of stuff, right? You thinking of having items that do damage, like bombs or throwing knives or something? I think so. And then we need to decide then if you only get 1 quick slot, you have to strategically think about what you want available. Right? You can set up different styles of attacks, true, and that would be a cool thing. Such as an engineer who has a lot of quick slots or quick grabs to throw items. You could do that. Maybe where it says use item, I could probably figure out how to get it to swap through maybe 3 slots, right? So 1, so you select it, right? So we're like, oh, we'll select it, and then I don't know, hitting Q might make it go from slot 1 to slot 2. Do it again from 2 to 3, so you can swap through the different quick slots. Maybe that we could do something like that, so that way you can have 3 with it, right? Small number icons to use the item and or the Q and E buttons. Yeah. We could do that. So you select it, then you hit 1, 2, or 3, right? But then when you're ready to use it, yeah, you're gonna hit E to use it once, because then it's like selecting this, right? I select it, you have your enemy, and then you hit E to actually do the action. All right, so we died. All right, on here. Let's do quick slot items, right? Look up Xenogears does the battle system. Yeah, I have Xenogears right here to be able to review it. I see AP, action point maybe. And then what's this bar? Energy bar? Xenogears combat.
Hello there.
Hello?
Hello there. Hello there. Another happy landing.
And good morning, Jeepin. All right, let's open this real quick.
Bitch.
Nope. I don't know what the hell you're saying, but you're going to be muted. All right, so here we have defense. So this is one of the first. This is looks like the PlayStation 1 game. Yeah, the PS1 one. Okay. See if I can find another battle here. It's a combo system. Okay. But you can store the points and unleash combos. Okay. So we'll just pause that. Come back in here. Let's say action points stored, right? So we can store them. Maybe keep to a max of 6, right? But then we'll have to make it, if you only have a max of 6, we'll make it so that the combos are going to be less than that, right? So if you do a light attack, light, the third light attack becomes a combo of a double slash or something more damage. Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. All right. Combo attacks. 3 light attacks. There. Right? So if you do a combo attack, then you could, let's say we did 3 light ones in a row, then you would have a combo attack slash. Right? Yeah, I mean you're welcome to, Brewer. There. And we have our action points. Send you the GitHub for it later on, and you pull the code and look through it. Sure. I'll figure that out. I've never actually shared GitHub before. Yeah, because I've never figured out why. because I haven't shared it. How did like I'm suppose it's like a branch of it or something, and something like that. We'll figure that out. You'll give me a rundown on it. Perfect. So what else did we have? We talked about doing action points, right? And now we have combo attack. No, no. You little Jello cup thing are not part of this. All right, there we go. All right. I think the direction that the combat is going is better. I do need to spend a little bit of time trying to figure out about the battle focus. Homeless, welcome in. Yeah, you're like the 40th first.
Hello there. Democracy. Hello there. Another happy landing.
Hello. You are the 40th first person. Yes. Welcome in. And almost how has your week been, and what are you up to today? All right, we're gonna move our little guy over here. Right. So we can do that. And let's put action slots there. It's great. It's been great. Above 60 all week. Excellent. I was fine. It's been nice all week, right? I've had windows open, that kind of stuff, until like yesterday late afternoon. All of a sudden, it got windy and a storm was coming in, and there was a sandstorm. Came out of nowhere. Immediately started making my allergies go crazy. I got all like stuffy, a headache, and all the fun stuff because sand and dust and all that other crap everywhere. But I'm a little groggy today from it, but I'm all right. So let's do this. Let's move you there. Let's move you down. And we'll put this here. Right? And we'll put our action stuff up right here. All right, so inventory. The more I think about it, I think it like we can do that. I think it could be one action point. Right? What is that? Homeless, you're on a 35 stream streak. That's a lot. That's a lot. Sophie treat. She will be extremely happy. This is the first Sophie treat today for her. She's been coming over here a couple times now looking for this. All right, let's do a switch. There we are. Thank you for that. What? The first one? Yes, the first one. And you had it. That's why you're first, Homeless. That's why you're first. All right. We have light attack is 1. Heavy attack we're using as 2. Defend. Defend is currently set to 2. Using an item is 1. So use item, open inventory, I should say. Open inventory. Open. Use item. Use/move item from the bag is 1. What if we also had give item companion? Right? What if you wanted to set up the companion to be able to do something, but they need a particular item that you have? You could do that. Or on your companion, they have an item that you need, and so you can hand it over from the companion to you. I think that might work. What would that be? 2? Yeah, the item stuff, right? Because we'll say it's 2 action points for right now to give an item to your companion. 1 to get the item from the bag, 2 to hand it, the second one to hand it over. So the idea or the concept is we're going to have companions, right? You'll pick them up somewhere in the game. They will show up like here. You're only going to be able to have 1 companion out at a time, but you might be able to swap between companions. So if you have 2 companions, but only 1 can join the battle with you, you might be able to swap those out. Like they can interchange. Right? And I'm thinking up to 3 enemies will be available to fight. I think that might work pretty good. So we have 3 attacks, light attacks in a row is a combo attack slash or whatever we're going to call it. Action points. Use/move an item from inside the bag. So it's 2 points total. 1 to open the bag, 1 to use it. And on here, we could do use item, select item, 1, 2, 3. There. Are you thinking of having classes? I am. Where the class could have its own style tree, right? Yes. Because I was thinking, you can sort of you start with a general character, and then based upon what you choose to do, you might be able to expand upon the tree, right? Meaning like, I want this skill. Well, if I'm choosing that, that'll open up another line on the tree, and that's kind of more class focused. How many classes there are going to be? I have probably not very many. But your companion might already be one, right? So I was thinking about making it so there's the ability maybe to get like 2 or 3 different companions in the game, and each one can be sort of focused on what they're doing as far as classes go. Or one talent tree, each have their own talent tree type of thing, or one talent tree that the player can branch into subtypes with. It'd be one tree, I think. Yeah, if you want to mock it up. Because, if we had, I don't know, the start of the tree, right? Here. Then it would go up one here. Yeah, it's at the top here. At the top of the chat, there is a pinned message. It's here for 22 hours, so I save things out of it. But yeah, you can come in, scroll out, find a spot, call it yours, whatever you need to do, right? But yeah, it's at the top there. So if we have like the start of it with one neutral, so like it doesn't matter where you are, but then from here you have options of maybe like a direction, right? Oh yeah, it's the same one like I interact with, hence all the Rickroll and all this other fun stuff here. I think it's fun on stream to do. But yeah, something like this, right? And maybe it could come up, and maybe it's a joint one like this, so it never truly locks you out of them. It just depends on which way you would wish to go. Right? Something like that, right? I don't expect to have a huge tree, but I do expect a couple things. Yeah, something, where you have a couple that you can interchange and like be like, oh, I go here, get a little specialization, but now I have a joint one that's between this group. So between, let's do this there, right? And then this is a combo of these two, and this is a combo of these two, right? But then you can, once you go here, you're going to start specializing in it. Maybe something like that. I don't know. So you select, we're back to items, right? So if we have 3 quick slots and you select them, 1, 2, 3, maybe when you press the button, like 1, it will show you what it is here. Then you hit E to use it, right? So that way it's not just a click and use by mistake. Yeah. So down, agreed. Yeah, a start action. Yeah. So, shows item in slot. E, activate / use item. I'm on a free whiteboard, but it has a lot of the, your options for it. So some of the stuff's limited over here on it, but it's got most of the stuff I need. And maybe it could be E or Q or something, right? And then we need to maybe if I put that here and we'll just take this off. I'm going to move these over this way and then tie it to here. An action point we'll put there. All right. What else? If there, I guess we need to also sort of come up with an idea for the battle focus, right? The way it's working, every action increases or decreases the battle focus bar. So Brent, hello. How's your day been? We are really talking about the battle mechanics right now. In here we're breaking this down a little more on it. We were talking about some of the skill tree stuff. I think we got brewers down here working on some stuff for the skill tree. And it's coming along. It's coming along good. I'm about to show, this is the battle map now, right? So we have a sliding panel that comes in. We have action points to be able to use items. or use in action, I should say. And this is the battle focus bar, right? So if I do one action point, when you click it, it highlights it, says this is what you want to do. It will now highlight the enemy because you're going to be able to choose between the different enemies, right? 1, 2, and 3, up to 3. So you can select it, or you'll be able to select your companion when the companions are there. But so we have line attack, right? Then you hit E and it activates, and the battle focus bar starts to go up. And then when you're done, you're out of points, you hit end turn, enemy turn. There we go, right? It's coming along. It's coming along, right? I kind of really based this stuff off of the chained effect one, right? The sliding of the bars there, menu here, the what is now battle focus is up here. That I kind of based it on that, right? And I think it's already looking pretty good. But now we need to just sort of fine tune how things are going to work. So you get 3 points, you use 2, right? Well, we killed the enemy, so we're good. And your battle focus is right now resetting to 0, but it will, I think, drop to half of it. You like the combining of the battle focus with the action points. I think that could work even better than in Chained Echoes, really. Okay, because it gives you more control over the focus bar. Yes. Homeless. Hi, Jeepin. Sorry, you had to switch from your phone to your PC. Almost, you're not allowed to leave your seat. You have to stay at your PC. All right. Yeah, I think it needs to work together smoothly, right, Brent? So, and we were like, the idea is, depending on what you're doing, impacts this. Yes. Yeah. So, okay, let's do a heavy attack. Right. For whatever reason, let's say I end turn, it's now the enemy's turn. It goes up. I'm going to do a heavy attack. Now I'm near the red, right? And we're going to end turn for whatever reason. Now we're in the red. Now we have a problem. So we need to defend, which will lower the focus bar, right? We'll do it again, and it really kind of lowers you. And now you're able to use an action in the green zone again. Defend takes 1 AP. Okay, yeah, we can adjust that. We looked at using the defend. We'll go here. We'll say it's 1. The other thing that was suggested, Brewer was thinking, the inventory should actually just be 1 AP to open it, and then 1 AP to be able to use an item out of it, or move an item to the quick slot. Also, it's already been an hour. Ads are going to go off in about a minute. When they do, I could probably use some more coffee, right? But yeah, so 1 1 AP to open your inventory. So it's going to be switched to 1, right? So we're going to say 1 AP to open the inventory. But then that's just because you need to open the bag, right? So that takes an action point. To use an item out of it is 1 AP, or take an item and move it to the quick slot is 1 AP. So one or the other, right? Also, just a quick reminder, the ads are going to go off. I am going to take a quick be right back on there. I am going to fill my coffee cup up. So that's here. And Brent, if you want, feel free to join in on the whiteboard. Everybody's here, and of course, people are doing stuff here, right? If you want, the link is at the top of the chat there. You can come in here. You can suggest or work on stuff. Why is there Rickroll? Because chat. Because chat. There is, looks like glasses, some sort of gun, another glass, a old telephone, old by the way. It should be at the top of chat, pinned. You don't have to sign up or anything. It's everybody's. You just sign in as a guest and you're good. And you're on the same page, and you just find a spot, go where you want, and go from there. But ads are here. I'm going to take a quick be right back. I will see everybody in a moment. Hang tight. All right, we're back. So yeah, we're going to make it so the battle focus is dependent upon these actions as well, right? I still have to come up with what happens in the different zones of the battle focus, but it's getting there, right? And maybe I also need to make the bar longer. Right, so it's only like, I don't know, how, I forget what I set this at. It was just a random number. But we can make it a little longer. Expand the areas a little bit, maybe. And there's going to be, currently we have it set to 3, or it will be, 3 different items, right? Once you have an item in each slot, you're going to be able to hit 1, 2, or 3, and it will select it. So you select this first, then you hit 1 to see the item in first slot, 2 for the second, 3 for the third. Then you'll be able to hit E to use it. Homeless, you are good. You're preparing for your walk. Going to have lunch at the park. Excellent. I don't think we're going to we were going to go to like the chocolate and coffee festival, but I think we're just going to kind of skip that. Stay in. And I don't know, kind of relax and all that stuff, right? Because Jeepin was away at work all week, lots of driving, so she had to drive like 10 hours. So it was a lot for her. So I think we'll just stay in. That way she can hang and relax, and maybe you'll get a new stream out of her today. Maybe. Story of your life. Skipping events and staying in. True. Yes, and speaking of events, next weekend, there'll be no stream from me on Saturday or Sunday because we're going camping. It's about, from here, it's about a 2.5 hour drive, roughly, to get where we're going. We're going to go with the off-road group, so it's about 2 hours to the trailhead, and about half hour, 40 minutes of driving on the trail to get to the spot. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to do that Saturday and Sunday. And it'll be good. You need your weekend 8-bit streams. Well, how about there will at least be one on Monday morning, right? How will you give Sophie the treats? I don't know. You'll have to claim the Sophie Treats Homeless inside the Discord, and we can give it to her while we're at the campsite. That's how that's gonna work. Yep. Because she's going to go with us. So, Arwen is not. Arwen will have to stay here. All right. Let's get some ideas from everyone about our battle focus. Right? What is, wherever it is, what is the point on it? I want, my idea is I would like each section or each zone to do something. Maybe yellow doesn't do something, but green will give you a bonus, and red gives you a negative. So that way, you have to try to stay within the battle-focused green area for that fight. right? So we have red, green, and our yellow. Yellow, no bonus, right? 1.2 times with green, 0.6 in red, or something like that. Green modifier 1.2 times. But red do we want it to still give a little bonus, or is it a negative? I don't know. How about like a negative 0.5 or something? Exhaustion. Type thing was in your mind, but lower bonus is good. Okay, so modifier tired, and you only get 0.5 times. Did I spell modifier wrong? I probably did. All right. So how's that? Yellow is going to do no bonus, right? You're not going to get any bonus for being in yellow. But when you're in green, you get a modifier of 1.2 times. Oh, and maybe... Oh, what if we add a little timer and stay in focus 60 seconds? 1 times AP. So you get an extra AP. Let's see. Focus 60 seconds. How about something like that too? Yeah, the focus can determine your AP as well. You know, and that might be a nice extra benefit of staying in the green zone for your modifier, right? Oops. All right. So now, you've written some ideas for your utility-based skills in sticky notes. Sticky notes. Ooh, look at the sticky notes. All right, let's talk through them. What do we got? Utility skills. Restoration. Max level 3 ending your turn in the green zone restores HP by 3, 4, or 5%. Okay. Strategist. If 3 actions were performed in the green zone, last action deals double damage. Okay. Agile defense. Using 3 defense actions in a turn results in a perfect dodge. Excellent. Dodging is something that we have not talked about yet, and I think it's going to be an automatic. Your character has the chance to dodge, and you can increase that chance %, right? Honed muscle, level 1, reduce heavy attack, true. AP from 3 to 2, that would work. Level 2, increase heavy attack damage, true. So these are pretty good utility skills, right? And one of the other things we were thinking was, if you don't use all your action points, let's say I only use 1, so I have 2 left, and I end turn, it now will stack those extra action points, so you'll be able to have 5 on your next turn. But I think we'll make it so it's a max of 6, right? So you can only have a max of 6 action points unless something gives you an extra one. Right? But then that allows you to do combo attacks on another turn where you have extra action points, because now you're like, oh, we want to do a light attack, a heavy attack, or 3 light attacks in a row, and now it does a combo attack slash. And Gleb, good morning. How are you doing? It's nice to see you. Welcome in. We're working on combat on the RPG game, right? And we're breaking down the mechanics of how the combat is going to be. So we finished the top-down shooter. We've now moved on to working on the RPG again, but we're working towards version 2. So version 1 is still on here, it's still on itch, right? But yeah, now we're going to be on version 2. We're really, really customizing and changing the mechanics of it. And this is all going to be, it's turn-based. So, Gleb, how have you been? All right. Team player ending your turn with remaining AP gives 1 AP to the next player. True. Now, with that being said, we're going to have companions, right? So you're going to be able to create different types of combos and benefits of using actions with your companion in the game. Gleb, same old with you. Working on gigs and libraries, got a few new ones cooking. Excellent. And Gleb, if you have anything you'd like to share, feel free. Go ahead and post in the chat. I'd be always happy to take a look at the stuff you're working on. Nothing's out yet. Okay. Which is fine. All right. We are adding all kinds of stuff in here. The plan. Yes. Oh, now we have toxic and we have a radio. We have our 1-up mushroom and a cat and our skill tree. Look at that. Nice. What else we got? Zoom out. Satellites. Yes, we got the world here. Or no, is this Artemis? Is this the Orion stuff? Oh, you got a physical trophy? That's pretty cool. I didn't know they did that. That's kind of neat. Yeah, a bunch of stuff that I've got here. Yeah. So chat's in here. You know, and they get the draw in here as well around the little creative thinking zone that we're in. Yeah. All right. Let's check it out. Best tool trophy for GM room loader just arrived. There's something special about holding a physical object. There absolutely is. And I'm really happy that you won that. And that's cool. Better than the movies it was, right? And so the splashdown for Artemis was absolutely... I loved it, right? I loved watching it. YouTube had it up so you could be able to pretty much watch it anytime. The whole going around the moon, landing, it was really cool. But yeah, absolute congratulations on winning the Best Tool Award. You stayed up until 6 a.m. Excellent. Brewer, yeah, being burned out. It's tough. It is. It just... Right. It's tough. That's all. But I did manage. You can't really see it on mine, I don't think. But I have the global badge for NASA now. And I got this little fancy NASA astronaut emote. Gleb, thanks. You have not done the library yet either. A bunch of stuff to come. Well, that's all right. I mean, you're doing amazing work. And winning the GameMaker award for best tool shows it, right? Hamster, welcome, Ian. How you doing today? We are doing a little bit of everything. We're talking about Gleb and that he got a physical trophy for winning the GameMaker award last year for best tool for his GM room loader. We're talking a little bit about Artemis in the splashdown yesterday, and we're reviewing and dissecting the current process of the battle for the game, right? So we're coming up with ideas, things that we want to change. Chat's putting pictures in here and drawing things everywhere. And we have a skill tree being built out. Yeah. You didn't even realize they were there and back again. True, they did. They were went to Middle Earth and there and back. So yes, they made it to went around the moon, made it back and splashed down about 6 o'clock maybe. About 6 o'clock or 6 p.m. my time. So it would have been, we'll say 5 p.m. Pacific time. Yeah. And this was it. It was a really nice touchdown, splashdown. And it took about an hour from the time they landed in the water to the time they were able to get out and onto the ship. but it was fun. It was neat to watch. Really great sort of achievement. All right. What we've been working on is, and I think I have it open still, is this, right? So we took it from just being 4 buttons. It was only a light attack, a heavy attack, a defend, and run. That was it. 4 physical buttons sitting here on the edge of the grass area. But now it's a panel that opens up when you are ready to attack, right? So you're like, oh, I'm done. The panel goes away and it's the enemy's turn. Enemy does its attack and the panel slides back in. But now you have a combination of action points that you can do and a focus bar, right? Eventually, the different colors mean something different in the battle focus. So yellow is not going to give you any bonus. Green will give you a 2 times bonus on attacks and stuff. And if you're in the red, you're only going to get like a 0.5% increase, right? Bonus, like a modifier. But you can bring this back down by doing defend. So, and we're going to be able to choose our enemy because there's going to be up to 3 of them in here eventually. But I think it's coming along. We're going to be focusing, like changing this totally. I'm going to get rid of the inventory bag here during the battles because I feel like it should be on the action bar over here or on this panel. And the little bag will show up right here. And this is going to be 1 action point. And defend is going to get changed to 1 action point. But I think it's coming along pretty nice. All right, so what all do we got? Lots of stuff going on. These are the utility skills that Brent is working on and talking about. And then we have different styles for our skill tree. You're fighting with your group management. I always fight with management in your RTS. So, Hamster, what's going on with it? Like, are they just not cooperating with the terms that you've given it, right? Like, if you tell your command or whatever to do something, are they not following or doing their own thing? So yeah, okay, so I did write it down. Yellow for battle focus is no bonus. Then green will have a modifier of 1.2. Focus is going to be 60. If you maintain focus in the green for 60 seconds, maybe, you get 1 extra AP or something. You have 4 groups. You can add and remove units from 2 to 4, but 1 is crapping out. Been going back and forth with it for a while now, but you think you're on the path of figuring it out. Excellent. So I get that would be hard, I think. I have not done an actual RTS, although I think it would be fun to try to make one. But we'll see. I'm not sure what we're gonna do for the end of the year after this project, but we'll see. We'll see. The goal behind version 2 of the RPG is to really, really polish it up as much as possible. And who knows? Maybe version 2 might be worth putting doing something with, right? Maybe a Steam game. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it gets there. All right, what else we got going on here? Everything's inside like a frog with teeth. That's the world, right? We're inside the frog mouth. You watched Heartbeast YouTube tutorial on a RTS, so it seemed relatively straightforward. It's a lot bigger than you initially estimated. True. And wasn't it, hey Brent, wasn't it Heartbeast that came out with the new game? That was what you were trying or played through yesterday, wasn't it? The name just sounds real familiar. Yeah, it was what you played last night. They have they put out a new game. It's on itch. And it is a crime scene game. He moved from GameMaker to Godot. Yeah. So, this is your Heartbeast is the thing, but redacted right here. This is the new game, and this is probably why I went to Godot. It's 3D, right? Brent was playing this yesterday, and it's a ton of strategic puzzles to solve the crime. And it's really cool. But that is the new game that's out. So all right, let's see what else we got going on here. We have utility skills. We have battle skills. Then we have our skill tree stuff, right? Where we have, it looks like some focus areas, some crossovers. It's all cool stuff. And this is probably, Brewer, this is probably a good size. Yeah, it really doesn't, I think these are all good for this particular game, right? It doesn't need to go much more than this. And Brent, we're going to be using your easy skill tree loader before all this. So I think it's gonna be. I think it'd be good. I need to add it still into the RPG version 2. Is it all updated with the newest zoom and all that stuff yet on the itch page? Because I know you're working on the zoom ability with it. So we got battle skills, super heavy attack, use all remaining AP for a strong attack, damage and focus bar. Okay. Yeah, it's good to go. If you invest time in a new update, you would make a visual editor. Oh, okay. So you don't have to make each node with the code. I gotcha. If you got time, I think the code way's still fine. I may need a refresher from you once I get this thing, once I get it added again, but I think we'll be all right. Because then we'll add in like another skill button here to be able to see your skills, your skills as well. Like I said, I think we're going to make it so that you can roll over points. If I don't use all 3 points and I go to enemy turn and we come back, we'll have 5. That way you can be able to start figuring out combos. And we'll be able to use items 3 quick slots by hitting 1, 2, and 3. I'll be able to see which ones we are selecting. We're going to change inventory and defend to 1 AP. And Homeless, thank you for the Sophie treat. You want a Sophie treat? All right. It always takes pressing twice on the stream deck here. There we are. And you can see behind me, sort of. She's like right behind me now. Is Arwen. I need to get like another camera, which we have. Just run it wires over to the edge of the shelf here, so that we can be able to see Arwen too at times. Although Arwen treat is on Jeepin stream. All right. I think. All right, let's go back to this. Modifiers, we say no bonus. Yeah. Run out just a bit. Working on some different things, including this game. Yeah, this is just fun, right? So yellow is no bonus. We have green modifier for the battle focus being a modifier of like 1.2. Then if you stay in focus for about 60 seconds, you'll, I don't know, we have it currently giving you an extra access point, you know, or action point, right? In red, you're tired. but your modifier is only like a 0.5. So technically, like, no bonus is just, it's 0. You don't get anything. We have a sliding action panel. Combo attacks. If you do 3 light attacks in a row, per turn, then you can be able to, it will unleash a combo. Do you tend to be able to use other offensive abilities other than light attacking? Yes. Yeah. Right? I do. I just haven't figured out outside of this yet what those are going to be. Time-based events on a turn-based game might not be a good idea. Suggest multiple turns. Well, that it could be a multiple turn, right? So, where did I put that? Where was it? Oh, right here. Yeah. So, what about? Oops. Instead of it being that, we say 2 turns. What if we made it turns instead? All right, so what if you stay in the green focus area for 2 turns, then they get they get the modifier anyways just for being in green, but if they stay in for 2 turns, they get a temporary AP point, extra AP point. How about that? And you don't want to reward the player for turns when they are not in the green. True. So it only has to be in the green. Modifier in the red is you are tired, but you still have a little bit of a bonus. And yellow has nothing. One talent makes it where you have to be in it for 3 turns. Oh, 3 turns? Another makes it for 2. Oh, okay. And another gives an additional point per turn, but needs to be in the green for +1 there. Okay. What if... Oh, okay. So if we say... Whoops. This, right? Let me put that back. What are we doing? All right. Take that and move it. And now we'll add... How about 2 turns in red? -1 AP at turn start. So it's not going to be all the time, right? But you have to stay 2 turns in red, and then the start of the third, it's a -1 AP at turn start. Right, so that way you have a chance to get out of it. But if you stay in the red for 2 turns, at the beginning of the third, you're going to take a hit. See how it goes. Exactly. Well, probably another week, maybe. At least another week, maybe in 2 weeks. Because next weekend, Saturday and Sunday, there will not be a stream because Jeepin and I are going camping with the off-road group. So we leave early Saturday morning, like 7 a.m. to drive 2 hours to where the trail is, and then about 40 minutes on the trail to get to the camping spot, which is going to be great because we're going to be right near a river. And then we'll stay there for the day, hang out for the next morning, and then we'll come back. But so that just means no stream Saturday or Sunday for me. But Monday I'll be back. But I think in about 2 weeks, I've already started making the itch page for version 2. I think I'll put it into draft mode and start getting people the link out there so that you can start testing it and playing it to check each component as we're going through it, right? Versus what I've done in the past was just build the game and then put things out. I think getting playability testing on the concepts and mechanics that we're talking about early on might be better for this one. I think we'll try that. Kelvar, will there be internet at the campsite? There is no other way. You survive otherwise. There will be. We do have satellite internet when we're out camping, but or at least one of the people with the off-road group has a little Starlink satellite, but we don't really use it. New Jank, how you doing? Welcome in. We're working on the RPG version 2. We just started working into this last week. So now we've been talking about what we're adding to it, things that are in order of rank. We've been focused on the battle part of this. So now we've been talking over here. On here. Chat is also in the whiteboard. So we got stuff going on here. The plan, satellite Earth. Here's Artemis inside Frog, with Vader executing Order 66, and a cat. But we have ideas for skill utilities being added by Brent. We have skill tree stuff here by Brewer. And then we have, all kinds of stuff. It's a giant world here, and we're just kind of really zoomed in on it. That's all. But this is the current rendition of the game, right? I don't know. Well, I'll show you. So version 1, which is currently up on itch page, is this, right? You can come here, you can play version 1, and I'll show you what the battle currently looks like in version 1. So in version 1, it's this. Not a whole lot to it. You just have 4 action things. You can do light attack, heavy attack, defend, and run. And that's it. So now, working towards version 2, it is now this. Right? We have a sliding panel that comes in with the actions on it. We have action points and we have a battle focus map. And when you're not using the panel, it disappears, enemies turn, and then the panel comes back. So that's where we're at with things. And I heard the Sophie treat. Panooch, good morning. Let's bring Sophie over. There she is. Hi, Soph. This always takes me 2 buttons or 2 times to press that button. But we have a Sophie treat. Right? So, there we are. Yeah, I think it's coming along nicely, right? We're really kind of focusing the little tongue. Yeah. Poor Sophie. She only has 4 teeth, right? So, because she's an old girl. So she only has 4 teeth. Her tongue hangs out a lot because she doesn't have any teeth there to hold her tongue in. But she does fine. Yeah. And Panooch, good morning. How are you doing? Thanks for coming by. All right. Yeah, we're really focusing on this to clean up the battle, right? And we're talking about like doing multipliers, and we're adding action points into this, and we're good. We're doing good. You're not sure yet? Having your first cup of coffee? Excellent. It's about 10 to 10 in the morning. I've been up for a little while. I've been trying to wake up. So I don't sleep a whole lot to begin with. I've been waking up earlier. So I'm now waking up probably 5:20. I want to make it so it's about 5:10, 5:15 for it, because next week I want to start going back to the gym first thing in the morning before I do anything else. Panucci went to bed about 4 a.m. Oh, I miss staying up all night. Yeah. What's up? Are you grumbling? Sophie likes to grumble, right? She's a Australian Shepherd Gordon Shetland mix, and grumbles a lot. She talks. That's what she does. Usually you've been waking up at 4 a.m. That might be a little early to wake up. And, of course, then, Panucci, you go to bed at 4 a.m. So there's that. Yeah, like I said, I start my day at like 7, right? So by that, I mean either I'm streaming at 7 a.m. or I'm at work by 7 a.m. So I've been waking up earlier and earlier to get used to it, and I want to wake up probably by 5. I'd like to be able to start going to the gym starting Monday in the morning before I do anything. And I have thought about adding some channel points for me to do like squats, curls, barbell, like that kind of stuff with little barbells, some other stuff. So, but we'll see. First, we're going to start just getting to the gym. Then we'll start adding the stuff into the channel point. You're on Mars this time? True. So your schedule rotates. It's either crashing at 4 a.m. or waking at 4 a.m. Yeah. I used to love staying up all night. And I used to do short sleep periods. So like I would sleep 4 to 5 hours or so. We'll say about 5 hours. And then work or do stuff for, most of the day, and then have a short 2-hour nap. And I was on that rotation for a long time. I actually kind of liked it, where you break up your sleep. You've tried an annual schedule. It's hard to transition into that. Oh, is that what? I didn't know the name of it. Yeah, it is. It's hard to do that, but it works well for me because I naturally want to only sleep for a certain amount of time, and then I'm fine. And I want to get up and do stuff because I don't really have a problem waking up. So for me, alarm goes off, I'm up. I very rarely do a snooze or anything like that. I just get up and start moving. So I'm fine with sleeping for a couple hours, doing whatever for a couple hours, and then just having like a cat nap later in the afternoon. And that works pretty good for me. All right. What do we got going on over here? Utility skills, battle skills. We got a cat hanging out. Oh, okay. We're splitting it down into single point per node, multiple points per node, single or multiple points per node. I gotcha. That's cool. That's a nice breakdown of those. And Kalvar, when you take your cat nap, is Sophie there to make sure no one disturbs you? She's usually sleeping there. Cat naps I like couch naps, right? I don't really like taking naps in bed. So I'll go sleep on the couch. It's an L couch. So it's an L couch. And she'll sleep on one side, and usually I'm on the other. Cool. All right. I think this is a lot of really good focus and good points that we've worked on today. So I'll definitely have stuff to work on. Now today, we're not going to the chocolate and coffee festival. We're just gonna stay in. Jeepin's gonna be able to catch up and relax. Plus, it's kind of windy and not so great weather out there. Yesterday, a sandstorm hit, and my allergies just went straight through the roof, because I forgot to close. I didn't know it was coming, so I had the window open, and my office is upstairs in a little loft area, and it has the window next to it. My desk, yeah. All of a sudden, I was stuffed up and headache and all that fun stuff. And that would be a lot of today, too. There's a chance there could be other sandstorms or dust storms, whatever you want to call them. But, however, I think Jeepin is planning to stream today. I think. So, yeah. What do we got? I see ads are going to go off in about a minute. We'll let them roll. When we come back from those ads, we'll talk about the skills, like the different types of skills up here, and we'll talk a little more about these types of the different skill trees. Also, it's really dry out. I'm drinking a ton of water a lot of water. But that's comes with the territory of living here when you're near the, near desert. So it gets pretty dry. All right, like I said, the ads are going to go off. When they do, I'm going to take a quick be right back, and then we'll go over the skill tree stuff. Yeah, this is all cool stuff. All right. And what else we got? Some more drawing. All right, we're good. Zoom in here a little bit. Ads are never on time anymore. I don't know if anybody else has noticed that streams, like, it will go off and say, oh, your ads are about to roll, and then it takes like up to another minute for them to actually kick off. So, speaking of, there they are. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take that beer right back. I will see everybody in a few moments, and then we'll get on to the skill stuff. All right, be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's take a look at the skill point stuff, or the skill tree, and what we're looking at for those. All right, what do we got here? This section's with you, Brent. So you have utility skills and you have battle skills. when we're using utility and a mix of like battle stuff in there, what sort of, I guess, skill tree system do you think, right? Single point, and maybe Brent and Brewer, let's talk about the different style skill trees, right? Ultimate row can only have one. Minimum required points per each row. You can also do something like a skill tree per companion character. Yeah, I was kind of thinking there's not going to be very many companions, right? Maybe one, maybe two, right? Maybe two different companions. Oh, what and I was thinking about is for when you have a companion, you're only going to be able to have one in the battle with you, right? So if you have two companions, an option will be to switch the character, right? And you can switch them out. And then you have to really kind of be strategic about who you want to start the battle with on it. All right. Brewer, what is the advantage of each of these types of skill trees? So we have a single point per node skill tree on the left. You do Hamster. You do a skill tree per unit type. So you do more like on the left. The multiple points per node. Less coding, easier implementation. True. Because then you can build up skill point, like number of points per node, right? Single or multiple point per node. Okay. I think what we need to figure out, and Griefles, welcome in. How you doing? Griefles. I'm gonna say it different every time. But welcome in. Welcome in anyways. Yeah. Sorry for butchering your name every time. Here, do we have enough ideas to be able to, like, how far up would we be? Is this going to be a smaller one? But then we're going to have the same sort of thing for your companions, and you're going to be able to access your companions' skill tree. How would that work, Brent? On your easy skill tree builder, is it designed to handle multiple companion skill trees? Oh, what would work? How would having a companion and their own skill tree work? So are you going to be able to, like, when you're in the skill menu, maybe be able to see yourself and your companions and click on them to be able to switch so you can see their skill tree or something like that? And answer, you pasted some screenshots. Oh, nice. Okay, so you have a resource boost, shield, death grip. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, and you put buttons to switch up here. So you got worker, knight, and archer. All right. Yeah, like what Hamster did. Okay, I think that would look cool. That would be cool. A good way to do it and swap between them. Number one is more customization. Pushes player to complete more objectives. True. Less coding, easier implementation, and more customization. Gotcha. Yeah, the easy skill tree stuff is pretty slick there. That's what we're going to be using here as well. I think I saw Jeepin sneak back in here. Her suitcase is empty now. The contents of it may be on the bed, but it's empty. You're getting there. It's a process, right? Jeepin was away for work for the week. She is now obviously back and gets to relax and enjoy the weekend. I think, Jeepin, if you're there, are you thinking about streaming today? Yes. Okay. For those that are playing Crimson Desert, or for those that just like to watch Crimson Desert, Jeepin will be playing that today. It's such a fun game. All right, we got all kinds of stuff still going on in here. Oh no, you think I noticed a tongue with a little fly on it? That's awesome. So my goal for today is I want to work more on this, obviously, because the weekend is really when I can spend a lot of time on this. I want to play a game. I want to spend time in Crimson Desert. And yes, am I on chapter 7 now? I might be. I think I finished 6. So I'm in chapter 7 as well. So between today and tomorrow, I'd like to probably implement a couple things to this, right? I'm going to change the AP system a little bit. I'm going to try to add modifiers to the battle focus. I'll probably make it so the bar is a little bit longer, though. I need to add the quick slot at some point. And then look to implement the skill tree into the game. So I may try to do that today as well. I'm not... I think, Brewer, seeing the 3 different ones I think kind of leaning towards the first one. I know it's got more customization to it, but I think it might be good. But we can adjust that as we go too, or maybe somewhere like a hybrid between these two, right? And I don't know if anybody else can hear her, but Arwen is very chatty right now. So she's talking and trying to talk to Jeepin, who she hears moving around upstairs. All right. Oh, just examples, can do whatever. But yeah, these are good examples. I appreciate that. Yes. All the animals are happy that you are back home. Sophie is much happier. And Arwen is just a happy bird anyways, but you know. She's definitely trying to talk to you more because you're home. Yeah, I think for this brewer, I think maybe some sort of combo. Well, this is multiple points per node. So, or maybe this. Maybe a combination of single and multiple. Right? So maybe you can still do this sort of design, but like you have some single ones, and then maybe like this would be like a multiple. And then if you hit, I don't know, 2 skill points in it, it opens up the sideways. You know, but 1 skill point would open up like going forward. But 2 would open up the side ones. Could work, right? Some hybrid of the 2. All right. What does everybody else have on their agenda for today? I think we're probably going to be calling it here. About 3.5 hours almost is with, I don't know how dry it is. My throat's starting to bother me a bit. But we'll see. So you're going to work on some more video stuff? Excellent. I really like that video that you worked on, or that you showed. That was really good. Yeah, this is good stuff. So this gives me a good point. I'm going to figure out GitHub at some point today so that I can figure out branches. So on the GitHub repository. So I think we're at a pretty good spot. I have some stuff to work on, and yeah, we're good. I like these battle skills that you came up with, Brent. And the utility ones are pretty good too. All right. Outside of that, visually, how are we looking, right? I like the panel. I like sort of the border to it. You know, visually, I may change that a little bit. This will get shrunk down per option as we add some more stuff into it. I need to add a skill. Well, when we get the skill tree in here, we'll get a skill tree button over here. But I think it's coming along. And I was thinking, all right, so it broke. Don't do the run button. Got it. I was thinking of adding, I don't know, more of a like user interface to it, right? So when you start the game, I got the character fit portrait up here. I have the HP and the level, but it's not there when you're in battle. And I don't know if this should be in the battle page just for the look of it. And maybe the focus bar will get moved and it goes under here. Right? So that's a possibility. Because right now, if you come into a fight, you have this and the battle thing right here. I don't know yet. But I think before I get to that, I'll work on some of the functionality and the mechanics a little more. Yeah. But, all right. I think that's it. I will be streaming tomorrow, same digital time, same digital place. So 7 a.m. right here on this channel. And we're going to find somebody to go say hi to. I don't know who's always on Saturday mornings. But, yes, don't forget, there's a Discord. There's a Discord. You can come in, say hi, join the game dev section, which is now broken up into 3 little areas. And so there's more to it, right? I'm trying to expand upon it, make it a little nicer. So let's see who is on today. See lots of people doing random stuff today. Who do we want to go say hi to? How about you know what? We haven't rated Goob in a while. We're gonna go say hi to the average Goob. And yeah, don't forget you can join the Discord. Trying to build up the game dev section in it, right? Outside of that, I will see everybody tomorrow, 7 a.m. Mountain Time. Today, I plan to work on this a little bit more, and I do plan to play a game. Now, Jeepin is going to be streaming today. Not quite sure the time, but she will be streaming Crimson Desert. So if anybody wants to see her play a game, there's her link there. But I think that's it. So I think today was really good progress. This whiteboard is here for 24 hours. So we got 21 hours left. If you have any other thoughts or whatever, and you would like to add it, feel free to do so. Otherwise, I will screenshot and capture stuff and save it so we have something to look at and work from, right? Thanks for the streaming. Enjoy the vacation. Yes, next weekend is a short vacation. I will be camping next weekend. But I will talk to you all later. Let's go say hi to the average Goob and enjoy your day now. Bye.